Hey everyone, I'm Anna.
And I'm Annie. Definitely don't get those names confused at all, it's fine.
As if anyone would ever do that.
Who would do that?
Hi all. This is the first of a few special episodes we have, little side stories we have for you.
Yeah, we know that the Vodon arc is coming up. We're actually kind of in it in the thick of recording at the time, but right now, in where this hits in episode order, the Kestrel crew should be approaching the meeting place with Max and getting into the Vodon arc, finally.
It's been a long time since we last saw Max. Over 100 episodes.
I was just doing the math. It's been over 100 episodes. Oh no.
This is wild. It's way too long. So we thought, let's reintroduce him a bit. Let's bring back our boy.
Yeah.
Let's welcome him. Welcome him back to the story.
Welcome, Dirtbag. So in the process of developing Max a little and sort of revisiting the character and figuring out how Anna wanted to do her interpretation of him and what would sort of work for the storyline that we've got cooked up, we ended up coming up with a couple of sequences as flashbacks that we figured we could sort of insert into the established canon for Max, and just sort of have a little bit more fleshed out interaction between Max and Juliana. And it was going to take way longer than we wanted to deal with on just in the middle of an episode. So we started talking about side stories.
Yeah, we thought about topics we wanted to explore, but obviously I wasn't around when they were taking place. And so we put our heads together and reinterpreted a few scenes during the time period in which Max was indeed part of the Kestrel crew. And that's what these are. These eps will basically feature extended roleplay scenes.
And these are things that we will reference over the course of the show. You don't necessarily have to treat them as completely canonical, but they will absolutely help reinforce these characters, their dynamics, and also we'll have some things that they might refer back to. We'll try to flesh that out in the actual episodes themselves, so you're not feeling totally adrift if somebody doesn't listen to all of this, but helpful context, I think.
Yeah, I'm really excited to share this all with you because we had a lot of fun, and it's been really interesting finding my voice as Max, which is, a little different from Kit's, but I hope you all enjoy my Max as much as I enjoy playing this absolute asshole.
The worst wolf boy.
Truly, an utter dirtbag.
An utter dirtbag. So these are going to take place way back in the episode order. We're talking about, I believe, the third or fourth major storyline that we had. In fact, the one immediately following our early crossover with the Cool Kids table in the Fallen Jammer crossover. This is going to do everything with Providence Bay, which is the pirate shantytown where we had a space prom. Then we were hired to go steal a cutlass from the White Manor in Kofu space, which is the big sphere that is that is entirely solid rock with a whole bunch of tunnels and just sort of little bubbles of planets in there. And we will be revisiting that shortly, actually, because in that sphere, on a different planet settlement, Inside Outworld, is where Max asked the party to meet him. This first one is going to take place en route to Vesper. The party has already arrived in Providence Bay in episode 18, met Max at Space Prom in episode 21. This takes place right around episode 24 to 25, while the party is going to the White Manor to do a spectacular cutlass heist thanks to Cacophony.
Oh, I still wish I could have been there for that, but I'm so happy that there's still a record of it in the archives of the show.
Oh, the shenanigans of it all.
Makes me so happy.
So this is, for context, Max met Juliana at the Space Prom at a party held by High Captain Ridian Blackjammer. Juliana has been deeply suspicious of this man for a while, but he's a very charming jackass and, well, pointy teeth, though.
It always comes down to the teeth.
He's a big wolf man.
Mm.
The party does not yet know that Max is a secret prince, His Royal Highness Maximilian Lucius Regulus Vulkaran, Crown Prince of the Vidoni Commonwealth. So right now, he's just some shitty pirate.
He's just a jerk of a pirate who's come into their lives and started to cause trouble.
The next couple of sequences that we'll do here will touch back on the other side of everybody finding out that Max is a secret prince and sort of some of the fallout from there. But we'll come back to that next time.
Yeah, we'll tell you more about those as they occur.
Right. For now, we hope you enjoy some early interactions and flirtations between Max and Juliana as we sort of explore a bit more about who Max is when he's not necessarily being a shitty pirate.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoy what you are about to hear.
We're still, like, in the phlogiston, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Max is, like, finished decoding notes. He's free to roam.
He wanders the ship. He walks these halls alone.
He would, wouldn't he?
What does it look like when Jill is reading in the wardroom? Does she sit on the couch? Does she flop like wind? What's going on there?
I'm assuming we've probably got, like, one armchair in there. And I think Jill is the kind of person who, like, basically curls up into a little nest. Like,
oh my goodness.
Jill has a whole setup. She's got, like, there's a side table. She's got a mug of, like, just a really good tea, something cozy. She's got a blanket.
Oh no.
Probably one of the ones, like, Jill has a lot of cozy blankets on her bed. She's probably pulled one of those, sort of snuggled up. She's in, like, just total relaxation mode. Just, like comfy, like, sports bra kind of top, like, lounge shorts. Maybe, like, just a loose sweater or something that's just, like, she's here for cozies. She's curled up. And she's, like, just sort of, like, settling in.
Comfy.
Yeah, just kind of wiggling up her shoulders a little. And she, like, opens a book, starts reading some pages, comes up to a really, like, steamy scene. She kind of leans forward a little.
Just a nice, quiet, private moment.
She's having a nice time to herself.
Over your shoulder, Jill, you hear the words, "What you reading?"
Jilliana starts, just, yeah!
Oh. Sorry.
She looks up.
And standing there is Max, hands apart in surrender. It's like, sorry, didn't mean to scare you.
I need to know, was he, like, actually leaning over the chair?
Oh, absolutely. If Jill had the book held up to her face, she hears that, moves the book down, and there's Max right there, face to face. He's leaned over like a fucking, an ostrich or an emu, just, like, leaned it right up close, neck bending down, lanky boy. Hi,
Max. Hi, excuse you?
sorry, didn't mean to scare you. I was just wondering
I wasn't scared.
No, okay, excuse me, no. Weren't scared, I didn't mean to startle you.
Sure, yes, startled, thank you.
And I apologize for that. What you reading?
A book? Can I help you?
It just looked like a very interesting book. I saw the word turgid over your shoulder, and I had to, inquire.
Oh, you had to inquire? You had to inquire. She looks down, probably double checks, sees the word turgid, probably next to the word member somewhere else in the sentence. And, like, kind of snaps the book closed, like, so that it is face down with the pages open, like, on her sternum.
Is it really that bad?
But, I mean, it's not a really well-written book.
Yeah, but it's fun, right? This is one of those books you read in your book club.
Yes, it is a book club book.
Well, go on. What is it?
It's a romance. It's a shifter romance.
Okay. All right. Cool. What are they doing? Did they just start kissing?
Well, lips are interlocking. That is part of it. Yes, that does feature prominently.
But then again, it had the word turgid, so, might be a little bit more than just the top lips, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes, they're banging. What do you want from me?
I'm just curious. That's all. Like, you seem to read a lot of interesting books in book club.
I mean, you did sit through one of them.
Yeah, but, you know, I haven't read any myself besides the required reading. Look, okay. I need shit to do. It's a long trip, and I've done all the decoding, and I'm free to walk, so give me a recommendation. Give me something weird. Give me a weird book.
She kind of looks askance at him. You actually want a book recommendation?
I've got nothing else to fucking do.
You didn't bring, I mean, what do you do on, like, I don't know, gestures vaguely, pirate voyages?
I'm less of a voyager and more of a, let's say, liaison.
A liaison.
Look, Rydian doesn't get out much.
And you don't get your hands dirty.
He shrugs and grins.
Okay, so when you're not, I don't know, swindling pirates out of their money, you just don't have anything to do with your life.
So is this an interrogation or a book wreck?
Fine, back up.
Righto, yep.
She'll grumble under her breath the whole process that it takes to unentangle herself from her little cozy nest that she has settled into. She's like, I wasn't expecting to get up for a while. I had tea here. I had the blanket. I had the whole thing.
I think there's no room for a side table in the wardroom, so she has to pull the main table over next to the couch, which means she's got to shove the whole table away again just to get up.
Yeah. Just to really just give her more things to do.
More shit to annoy her.
Kicks off the blanket, folds it up, and
oh no, she folds it.
Yeah. And also, just side note, she is wearing just some like running shorts.
Oh, for sure. And if she's wearing a sweater over a sports bra, if she lifts her hands up while folding, he sees a good ring of midriff.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Good.
Full leggy.
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Her butt looks fantastic.
Her butt always looks fantastic. But it's now on full display.
Yeah, unintentionally, of course.
Of course. This is definitely not what she intended.
No. Absolutely not. This was her me time.
And this interloper is causing trouble.
Uh-huh.
And now asking for a book rack.
So she grumbles, folds up the blanket, puts the tea somewhere where it's not going to get knocked over, is about to set down the mug, looks at him, glares, and then glaring over the rim of her mug, just takes a long sip just to enjoy it while it's still hot.
He stands there.
Because this asshole's gonna waste her time.
He just stands there, smiling slightly, just waiting, looking very patient.
Wolf boy.
I'm sorry, what was that, Jill?
She stomps over to the bookshelves. What do you like?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Like I said, give me something weird. Give me something funny, interesting, strange. Something that'll blow my socks off.
Okay. Okay. But I mean, look, I can't just do that. Romance novels have a large breadth of subgenres. You're gonna have to actually give me some kind of guidance here. What are you actually, like, interested in? Do you want, we've got some where, like, a lady bangs a mummy. We've got some automaton things. We have a whole series about a rugged orc who romances a winsome maiden nun. Which is actually better than it sounds.
I see. You picked that one out for yourself, yeah?
I did not. Win picked it out.
Win picked it out for you. Well.
I just got the rest of them.
Oh. Oh, bet you did. You got any threesomes?
Yeah, are you okay with a menage a trois?
Threesomes, menage a trois, sure. Same difference.
Well, actually, no, because, I mean, if you're going for, like, a polyamorous novel, and she's got her back to him now, and she's just kind of, like, talking as she's skimming through the titles, like, running her finger down the spines of these books, probably has to, like, I imagine Wynn has racked these shelves pretty high, so she probably has to, like, get up on her tiptoes a little to reach, like, the top shelves. Mm-hmm. The kind of eyeball things. She's like, I mean, not really as such. I mean, a polyamorous novel is one thing where you've got like a V shape or like a full triangle or something, but Menage a Trois books are pretty much entirely V shaped and usually the whole structure is so that it's two dudes that bang a lady, but the two dudes aren't interested in each other.
So I barely understood half those terms, but I do like V's. And I do like seeing two dudes bang a lady.
Okay.
So, give me one of those.
All right. So, are you okay with the dudes are, like, total no homo about each other?
Look, if that's what's on offer, then I get it. They're not great books.
I mean, we've got others, but she kind of looks at him. You said you wanted weird?
Yeah. Something weird.
All right, what's weird to you?
I don't know. What's the weirdest thing you've got?
And she kind of pauses. I can tell you, but you're probably going to just use this to make a judgment call on me and my tastes, aren't you?
No promises.
Okay, you know what?
What?
She's going to turn back to the bookshelves, go down, mumble under her breath as she runs through some titles, finds one, pulls it out. All right. You want weird? Here. She hands him one. This...
He takes the book and looks at the cover.
Right. So you've got those two dudes, and they're about to ravish that lady in the middle, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's the catch.
Okay.
It's menage book. And usually with menage books, it's usually written by a heterosexual lady who's extremely threatened by the idea of, like, two men who also want to bang. So... usually, like these two guys here, those are brothers.
What?
They're not into incest, and they're extremely no homo.
What? So they're fighting over this lady?
No, they don't fight. They are, okay, so this is a series of, like, interplanar beings that travel to, like, material world planets for their women.
Okay.
Yeah. And so these guys are from a species of... I mean, they just look like humans, but they're from a species of humanoids who only are born in, like, sets of twins. Usually mostly dudes, because, again, not a very imaginative heterosexual woman wrote this.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you're with me so far?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. This seems normal? You're not too weirded out yet?
Keep going.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Yeah?
So, it's DP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, both dicks go in at the same time in the same hole?
Yeah, but it's not incest.
No. And it's also not gay. Because, fellas, is it gay if you and your brother's penis is touching the same lady?
Yeah, Jill, that just sounds like incest with extra steps.
No. Get this shit. And she will, like, she will probably, like, take the book from him and sit down on the couch. She's like, here, come here. And she will gesture.
All right, he sits beside her.
All right. And she will flip open to a page. All right. So, you see this part? Where they're both about to do the lady, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, here's how this works, though, because this is a novel in which they're pretty much exclusively interested in, like, impregnating her, right? This is a propagate the species kind of thing.
Okay.
And they have to both, like, put their dicks in her at the same time. But here's the thing. The reason for that is because one twin is born with half of their genetic material. And the other twin is born with the other half of genetic material. And she holds up one finger for each twin. Are you watching me?
So, they have to mix cum?
No. And she has this conspiratorial grin on her face, and she kind of leans in. It's so much worse than that, Max.
He leans on in and says, all right, hit me.
Okay. Now you see these, and she holds out her index fingers.
I see these twin dicks, yes.
Yes, these twin dicks that each have the individual part of the genetic material. Each half. Two halves make a whole, right?
Yeah.
And she joins her fingers at the fingertip and then twists them around each other, so her fingers kind of make an interlocking, almost corkscrew spiral.
Oh, shit, really?
They merge.
That is fucking hilarious.
As far as I can tell, you know what I picture?
What?
Have you ever gotten soft serve ice cream from a street vendor? And they have this like, there's like this gnomish like mechanism where they've got one thing that does chocolate and one thing that does vanilla, and they have a middle handle.
So, side note, Annie, throwing in gnomish to explain weird technology is the funniest fucking thing. And Max
I'm right.
And Max is like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and what does that middle lever do? Tell me, Max. What does the middle lever do?
It twists them?
It's a swirl, yeah.
They have a swirly dick.
Their dick, that's what I picture anyway. It's honestly very unclear as to exactly what happens when the dicks become one dick. But somehow, their dicks merge together, which means that they're not technically touching, so it's not technically gay.
They're not touching. They become...
one.
Single dick. That's... But they're not... So they're not making physical contact. Are they just hovering millimeters above each other around as they've...
I actually think they're standing side by side somehow, like their hips are just really close together. Maybe it makes more of a Y shape. It's very unclear as to how the mechanics of this function.
Yeah, they need like footlongs.
Uh-huh. And that's the weirdest book we've got.
That is incredible. This sounds like the best book ever. That sounds incredible. I need to read this. Holy shit.
All right, well, that's the weirdest one I've got.
Juliana, you are incredible. Thank you. I look forward to having sex ruined for me forever.
Yeah, you know, you're gonna just like spend the rest of your life thinking, what if there was one more of me and our dicks turned into a swirly cone?
Oh. I've heard some excuses for fucking in certain ways before, instead of just like, haha, this is my kink. But this is next level. That is incredible.
Yeah, and it's my favorite thing, right? Because it's the incredible amount of hoops this lady jumped through writing the story to make it so that not only is it not gay and not incest, but also not any kind of danger because they both only want to have sex with her.
Good gods. This poor author.
Right? Like, honestly, you'd think just like two aliens who bang and also want to bring in a third would be like way easier.
Yeah, right? Just like, hey, this is my friend. He wants to bang me too. I'm down for you to both bang me.
Right.
And the dudes are like, hey, bro, let's fucking have some beers and then fuck a lady together. And then, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Easy peasy. You don't have to stage this so intricately.
Oh, Max, wait till I tell you about the one later in the series where she does actually flirt with the idea of two men actually being bisexual.
What? Fuck. Good grief.
Oh, it's a mess.
Yeah, I'll bet.
They get married at the end, and they both... And the gayest thing that happens between these two men is they manage to tell each other that they are both glad to be getting married to this third lady together. They don't even get to say, you look nice today on our wedding day. What? They keep calling each other brother, which makes it weirder.
Yeah, I just feel sorry for this poor lady.
Me too. Oh, she's got some real problems. Like, one of the things that these aliens keep doing in all these books, all these, like, different species, is that a major facet is that they all actually like going down on a lady, which is apparently different from what all of the other humans in this woman's society are like.
What?
Yeah.
Going down on people is fucking awesome.
That's what I hear.
But they did... Who hurt this author?
I think about that a lot. You know, there's like 50 of these things.
No.
Yeah, she keeps writing them.
Oh, this sounds like just trying to process some trauma.
Yeah. But, you know, with swirly dicks.
With swirly tentacle dicks.
With swirly dicks. Yeah.
Good grief. And he takes the book from Jill and flips through it and says, "Oh no. Oh, I am so excited to read this."
She's got kind of like this very, like, pleased smile on her face, like a little bit of a shit-eating grin.
Max looks half concerned, half excited. It's like, thank you. And he snaps the book shut and looks at Jill and says, "Thank you. I can't wait to have my brain fucking broken by this."
Excellent. I expect a full report on my desk.
Oh, absolutely. Have you done this one for book club yet?
No, that one's, honestly, we kind of looked through that one, and, we couldn't do it.
Really? That bad, huh?
Yeah. I mean, maybe later or something, but honestly, we usually pick, like, a specific sex scene and talk about it, and, I mean, you're holding that thing. It's a tome.
Yeah, shit.
There's just a lot to get into.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I look forward to having something nice and thick to get through this journey.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
Look, there's, not much else to do. I mean, I can't go banging the crew. That'd just get me in trouble. So it's reading.
She lifts an eyebrow.
What?
That's your go-to for how to spend your time?
It's a perfectly valid way to spend my time.
I mean,
if the crew wants to bang, then I bang the crew. Easy peasy.
Wow. Easy's one word for it.
That's me.
Ugh.
What? I'm not... Fuck, I'm no worse than Arturos.
I know. There's two of you on board.
Yeah, God. And you haven't even known him that long. Just wait till he gets comfortable. It's gonna be wild.
Really? Because, I mean, he's giving off a vibe right now, but mostly it's just a I don't know what chores are vibe, which... How have you managed to not... How is that working on your ship with him?
Max closes his eyes and pinches the bridge of his nose and says, "Well, for starters, he's not on the ship anymore. That's a good beginning. That's a great start."
All right, fair enough.
Why don't you go around banging the crew?
She freezes. Excuse me?
I mean, I've seen the way you look at Lachlan.
I don't know who you're talking about. She folds up her arms.
And I mean, Kara's pretty, and I guess Veli could be interesting. And Bondar's a bit of a silver vixen.
I'm not really, that's...
Ooh, hit a nerve, did we?
You know what?
He leans in and puts his hand on his chin, and he looks straight in Jill's eyes and he says, "Kara."
What about her?
Veli.
What about them?
Finn.
What about him? What are you doing?
Bondar.
Why are you just listing the parts of the group? Why? What?
Lachlan.
And then she physically starts.
Gotcha. All right. So, why haven't you seduced him yet?
What? Seduced? What are you... Okay, what are you... what? I don't...
Juliana, you make this too easy.
Make what easy? I don't know what's happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
I am asking why you haven't seduced Lachlan yet.
Seduced? I don't even... How? Seduced? I can't do that. I can barely sustain a conversation with him.
So? You don't need to talk to someone.
I really do. Seduced. I'm not... I mean, I can't even, like, seriously, a conversation is just so far out of my ability. I can't even manage 5 seconds without saying something stupid.
Well...
And just running off because I have to abandon ship.
Okay, so you're a coward, all right?
A coward?
Yeah. You talk to someone who's hot and you're like, "Oh no, they're gonna fucking something, I don't know, hate me or whatever," and then you skedaddle.
No. The running away part happens because I'm fully aware of just how bad I'm fucking everything up, because that's what I do. That's what I do when I see a hot person. I just fuck it up over and over again.
You say that, and yet, here we are. You're talking to a hot person, and I'm still here.
She definitely sputters for a second, and then she's like, what I'm talking to is a huge bag of wind with teeth.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, sure. I mean, look, it's not that simple, okay? I've never even kissed anybody. I don't know how to start with that. I can't jump straight into seduction. I don't even... She probably doesn't even... It's probably just humoring me anyway.
I don't think so. People don't tend to humor other people unless they want something from them.
Yeah, great. That's cool. That's awesome. Well, I don't know what he wants from me. I don't even know what he wants. I just sort of keep blundering into conversations with him because I'm horrible and awkward and I don't know how to talk to people.
Oh, it's really easy to find out what someone wants. Like, it is so easy to find out what people are into.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, it super is. All you need to do is find out, and then you can just start showing that around them, and then, boom, seduction. It's done.
Wait. When you say what someone likes, you're not even talking about, like, I don't know, what plays they like to go see or what kind of flowers they like. You're talking about...
Well, that's dating work. I'm talking about just straight up seduction. You can't take someone to a play on a ship unless you run it yourself.
Okay, I mean, I guess that's reasonable. It's not like you can really have dates on a spaceship.
Okay, look. What is a superficial feature that you are attracted to? What is something that you see and you go, hot, and that's it?
I don't know. And she's kind of got her head in her hands and she's grumbling.
Come on. Something. Anything at all. Like super basic surface level stuff. Something you look at and like the look of.
Okay, fine. I think she probably glances back at the book that she still got, like, spine down, the one that she was reading, and looks at the cover of it, and she's like, I don't know, pointy teeth.
He says, excellent, and grins. And Juliana, with her eyes turned away to the book she was just looking at, does not see Max grin with his mouth full of pointy teeth. And Max says, cool. And really, it is as simple as that, just asking someone what they're into. Because people, they can't tell when they're being flirted with or set up often, especially if they're not very experienced with it. They'll just be like, whatever, we're just talking about it. And then you take that thing they like and you flaunt it in front of them.
Yeah, but... Come on, I can barely ask Lachlan how the weather is. I can't ask him what he's into.
I mean...
Besides, he'd probably be able to tell if I was actually flirting with him. He's not that dense.
I don't know. Some people just don't seem to pick up when you ask these kinds of questions. And hell, worst case, you can ask someone else too. You can get someone else, like, a helpful wingman, and he grins and nudges her to find out things for you.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
And then you take those things. So if you're into pointy teeth, or, no, here's something. Look at me for a sec.
She looks up at him quizzically.
And with a relatively closed mouth, he says, all you need to do is gather that information however you need to. And he leans a little closer and starts opening his mouth a little more as he talks. And then you put that thing on display in front of them. You put that thing where they can see it, and his grin grows broader. And from there, they just pick it up all on their own. They notice it, and they don't even know that you're flaunting it for them. And he closes his sharp teeth together on full display through a broad grin.
I mean, that's easy for you to say, and she is definitely starting to blush a little. Easy for you to say. You're good at this kind of thing.
I'm sorry, I'm what?
You're good at this kind of thing.
It's so simple. Look, okay, let's turn it around. Let's pretend for a moment that I'm Lachlan. All right? I am now a big, strong, hulking man. I know, right?
Oh, is he just kind of like throwing his shoulders back a little to kind of like accentuate big chest, broad shoulders?
I literally did that in real life as I spoke it. And he says, all right, so let's pick a feature about you. Look at me again. Okay. And he reaches out and he just places a finger under her chin and tilts her head this way and that, ever so slightly, and said, you have very beautiful eyes, Jill.
Oh. Thanks.
Let's assume that Lachlan, me, likes green eyes. We like eyes that are green, and your eyes are so very green. And now all you have to do is use your eyes to signal to him. You look at him, you hold eye contact, you tilt your head down and you look up to accentuate your eyes at him. And he'll just notice it. That's all. That's all you need to do.
That's it? I think she kind of like swallows and in that motion definitely feels the pressure of his finger under her chin.
And he says, look into my eyes and imagine that I'm Lachlan. And that's all you need to do. You just go to him and you hold his gaze and you let him fall into your beautiful eyes and he'll do all the work for you in his own mind.
That's it.
That is really all there is to it. With the corners of his lips pulling back into the big, broad grin again. And the teeth are now right in her face.
Yeah, I think she is staring into his eyes and then breaks that gaze, looks down at his mouth, looks back up, looks back down at his mouth, lingers there for a second. And then they just do the work for you.
That's right. That's all you need to do if you want to seduce Lachlan.
Right. Seduce. Lachlan. She blinks. Lachlan. Right. Right.
Right.
And I think this is the point at which it actually hits her that she is leaning very, very close to this very tall hot boy on a couch in a room alone.
Oh, she's leaned right on in, so their faces are pretty close together now.
Yep.
And he takes his hand off her chin and rests it on her shoulder and just leaves it there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Good talk. Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, you know what? Oh, wow, look at the time. My break's over. I gotta go. Do a thing and enjoy the book and yeah, have a great afternoon. And she will get up and busy herself. I think she picks up the mug, puts it down, picks up the mug, puts it down, gathers the book, forgets the book, and then just while babbling, just and gotta go, and then stumbles out of the room.
Max hardly moves while she does that, looking a little surprised by how quickly she tries to get away. As she turns, he waves a little bye.
And she definitely runs into the door frame.
And he's like, yeah, I don't think anyone would be that dense, Jill. And he opens the book and curls up on the couch and starts reading.
Yes.